Hello friends, welcome back again to my channel. In this video I'll be showing you how to cut your different kind of flare. I'll be having part 1 and part 2, so if you are not subscribed before to my channel, please subscribe, give my video a thumbs up. And the sample I'll be using today is 6.28, 3.14, 2 and 4 method of cutting flare. So to cut this single flare is 3.14. That's the formula. So you simply find a triangle. You see, it's a sample material. You take this part, look for a triangle, keep on looking, and let it stop at this place. You can see there's a triangle already. Then before they make sure this part is equal to that part. So the next thing, we've gotten our triangle. The next thing is to start putting our measurement on it. So make sure it's equal on your material like this. So we're going to be using waist 10, and the length of flare I'll be using for this tutorial is 6 for the single flare method. So to divide, you're going to divide your 10 by 3.14, and that gives me 3.18. So I'm going to convert this 8 to 2. That gives me 3.2. So I'll go here like this. I'll go here like this from the tip up like this. I'll measure the sides. 3.2. I'll go in like this. 3.2. So you can see the circle is out 3.2. So I'll bring down 1 inch for my seam allowance at the top. Go like this. That will be my seam allowance. Of my seam allowance. So from here I'll start taking my measurement. So the length of flare I'll be using, let's use 5. No, let me use 6. 6 is the length of the flare. So I'll go here at the top like this, 6. At the end of the flare like this, 6. So I'll connect it like this. I hope you can see it over there. That will be my 6. So I'll look for half an inch for sewing allowance this way, another half an inch for sewing allowance, sorry, 1 inch for sewing allowance at the bottom, up here like this. So that will be my sewing allowance if you wish to sew your flare. But if you don't want to sew the tip of your flare, the bottom, you can just cut it from here. So now let's cut it out for the single flare. So first of all, I'll cut from this place. I'll cut here like this. I'll leave that, but that's for my sewing allowance. So I'll cut the bottom off like this. So you see, we've gotten our single flare. See, that's the single flare. 3.14 method, the single flare. So the second flare I'll be showing you is the 6.28 method. So I'll be using this material for the 6.28 method. So you simply open it like this. Let's say this is your sample material. Open it like this. Then you fold it into 2. Then you fold again like this. Make sure all the both sides are equal. So now you take out your measurement from this angle, not from there. All it has to be from here. So the waist I'll be using to do is 10. 10 divided by 6.28 gives me 10 divided by 6.2, it gives me 1.59. So I'll convert that 9 to 1, add it to 5, that gives me 1.6. So I'll go here like this. I'll look for 1.6 on my tape measure. This is 1.5 and 1.6. So I'll go here like this. 1.6 I mark, 1.6 here, 1.6 here I mark. So I'll just curve it in like this. Then I'll now take out 1 inch for sewing allowance. So from here is 1 inch for sewing allowance, and 1 inch for sewing allowance, and 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I connect like this. So this space will be my sewing allowance. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to find the length I'm going to use. Depending on your choice, you can use any length you want. So for this sample, I'm going to use a 5. So I'll go in like this. I'll take 5. Then I'll come in like this. I'll take 5. Go in like this. I'll take 5. I'll come up again. I'll take 5. So I'll just connect all the lines together like this. Then at the bottom, I'll take 1 inch for sewing allowance. From here, 1 inch. From there, 1 inch. From there, 1 inch. From here, 1 inch. So I'll connect all the lines like this. Keep on connecting like this. So that will be my 1 inch for sewing allowance. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it out. So I'll start my cutting from here like this. Then I'll go to this bottom here. I'll cut. This one is what people usually call double flare. Just cut material, cut. So let me cut properly from under. So just keep on cutting. See, I finished. That one is your double flare. So if you open it up like this, you can see it's double flare. That's a double flare pattern. So if you want to attach, you can also cut a straight line like this, and you open this. That is your double flare pattern you have in there. They call it, this is double flare. So you can use this pattern for your blouse, for anything you want to do. So the next one we're going to do is the 2 method. So this one, you open up like this, the same way I folded the double flare. You fold it like this. Cutting flare is different method, different measurements. So you fold it up like this again. Make sure both sides are equal, just like I did the double flare one. Then if you want to take a cutting from this angle. So the waist I'll be using, the same waist is 10 divided by 2 gives me 5, but I'll be using a shorter length because this material is not enough. So I'll go here like this. I'll go here like this, or let me change it to from 10. I'll make it 6 for the waist sample. Okay, 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. That's for the 6 is the waist, and divided by 2 gives me 3. So I'll go here like this. This 3, mark up, down, 3, same pattern here at the middle too. So I'll just connect the dots like this. So the same way I did the first one, take 1 inch for sewing allowance. Same way I did the 1 inch for sewing allowance, and this way as well, 1 inch for sewing allowance. Then I'll connect it like this. Then I'll make sure length I'll be using 4 for this tutorial, 4 for the length of the flare, and 4 again, and 4. Then 1 inch at the bottom for sewing allowance if you want to sew the bottom of your flare. So I just connect all the dots like this, connect it from here, and here like this as well. So just cut it out the way you cut, where I did the first one. Cut, 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 cut. Okay, cut the bottom here like this. So when you open it up, you see you also have the same flare like this. So if you want to cut it up, you see the waist is more wider. We can use this one for big bubble skirts. Open it up like this. You can see this is what you get using the 2 method. That's what you get. So now I'm going to use the 4 method of flare. And you open your material like this again, just like the first one, the way I did the first one. You fold it up again like this. Fold it up. Then you fold again. Always make sure you do your cuts from there. Then now I'm going to use the 4 method. So I'm going to be dividing 4 with 6. 6 is the waist of the sample of the waist I'm using. So divide 6 by 4 gives me 1.5. So I'll go here like this. Look for 1.5. What I have here is 1.5. There, 1.5. I just connect it. The same, just the same pattern, but different methods. But they also come out the same. Then half an inch. No, sorry, 1 inch for sewing allowance. Then do the same, 1 inch for sewing allowance. Then I'll be using 5 for the length of the flare. 5, go up like this, get 5, up again, I get 5. So I connect the dots just like I did the first one. Then I'll put 1 inch for sewing allowance like this. 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I connect the line just like I did the first one. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to cut it off. So I'll start by cutting from the top like this. Then I'll cut the bottom like this.